This video is about how the scent of cedar shattered an old belief, brought me to tears, and rewrote what home truly meant for me. Walking through the cedar woods, I discovered more than a beautiful forest. So, if you are into conscious living, transformational travel, and those unexpected synchronicities that shift your perspective, you may find this video inspiring. This is not a guide video about Kyoto. Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to my spiritual travel diary. I am Adriana, a pragmatic idealist and deep life coach, and I help you find true fulfillment. What I found on the way up to Hiei mountain, walking through the forest, was as revealing as a temple prayer. The cedar woods, standing like ancient monks who had long ago taken a vow of silence. I wandered away from the crowds and found myself feeling so safe alone in the woods in Japan. Here I was, solo traveling, halfway across the world, in a culture speaking a language so different from anything I was used to. And yet my body, mind, and soul was utterly at ease. The vivid stillness of nature wrapped around me like a silk dress. Walking alone and literally forest bathing, I sensed the scent of cedar, sharp, pure, almost medicinal. I instantly stopped, taking it all in, and started crying unexpectedly. I had never sensed that so intensely before, and I said, "This is home." I had always carried the limiting belief that wild, beautiful nature meant my home country, Romania. That thought had lived in me so long it felt like part of my identity. But here in Japan, the cedar scent shattered that. I cried, not out of sadness, but in that altered state where joy and grief meet. Because when a lifelong belief dissolves, there's a moment in between. The old has gone, but the new hasn't fully arrived yet. It's an emptiness so rich and so vast, it makes space for the soul to shine without labels. As I stood there, I thought, who am I if home is not a place I can long for? If my perception of nature in Japan can surpass the one I grew up with, then maybe home is not a place at all, but the light we carry when the associations we make fall away. There's a Romanian saying, "Nu aduce anul, ce aduce ceasul." A year doesn't bring what a single hour can bring. And that hour was a split second in that forest that rewrote my idea of home more than decades of longing for it ever did. Because home is not where you come from, it's where your soul remembers herself. Sometimes that remembering happens in your own backyard. Sometimes it happens halfway across the world, like I experienced it, with tears in my eyes and cedar scent filling my breath. It was not about choosing between Romania, or Denmark, or Japan. It was simply about releasing the grip on my idea of belonging. And in doing so, I belong more deeply to myself, realizing in awe God's presence beyond space. So, if you want to feel that you belong without compromising yourself for the sake of it, here's what you can do. First, observe. Notice, where do you feel yourself more at home? Is it at your work with your colleagues? Or is it at home with your spouse or your cat? Or is it in that once a week activity you love doing? Number 2, question. Get curious about it and ask yourself, what makes it true? Why do you feel home there? Is it because you feel more free, more safe, more creative, more inspired? Or do you feel worried you might lose it, that you won't belong there anymore, it will not be home anymore, if you dare to be fully yourself in it? And number 3, implement practically your answers over a specific period of time. Like, for example, I gave myself 3 months afterwards to practice shifting my awareness into a state of mind and soul, rather than dependency on a place. Meaning, instead of just wanting to move to Japan because it's so amazing, I put the feeling of home and fulfillment that I felt in Japan into my daily life in Copenhagen, which had as effect a strong determination to make big changes in my life. I dared to let go of people and places that I had been clinging to out of fear of losing them. And surprisingly, this shift brought new people, new opportunities, and a deeper feeling of belonging, both from within and even in my mom's place in Romania, where I grew up, and I've never really felt home there. Belonging, I discovered, isn't given to you. It's something you radiate. This was another turning point for me in Kyoto, discovering that home is not a country or a place, but the light we carry when old associations fall away. In the next video, I share another turning point from the Kuya Falls, where the water itself became a teacher, washing the old away and making space for the new. See you in the next video about my renewal experience by letting go at Kuya Falls.